Chapter 2, Section 7. Objective, learn to solve an equation for the value of the variable. Essential question, how do I solve equations with rational numbers? A lot of this should look familiar as we've already done this in Chapter 1. The difference is now we're working with rational numbers, not just integers. So we're going to solve m plus 4.6 equals 9. Remember, the goal is to figure out what number m is representing. So we look at the variable and then we look at what's happening with it, m plus 4.6. So our goal is to get m all alone, so in order to eliminate a positive 4 6/10, we need to subtract 4 6/10 from both sides. So the 4.6's will cancel. Remember, the 9 becomes 9.0 when you subtract, and we get m equals 4.4. Again, it's very important once you've solved your equation to check your answer. It's the only way to guarantee that you have the answer correct. So if you take 4.4 plus 4.6, it should equal 9. Solve again. Y minus 1/6 equals 2/3. The variable is y. 1/6 is being subtracted from the variable. So the opposite of that would be to add 1/6 to both sides. Now this is written a little bit differently. I still would like you to write it below. It's just trying to show you that the fractions should line up. So when we add 2/3 and 1/6, we need a common denominator. Well, the common denominator would be 6, and that would become 4/6 plus 1/6. Add the numerators, and you get 5/6, which is simplified. Do a quick check. 5/6 minus 1/6 equals 4/6, which is 2/3. Solve again. Now we have x divided by 1 2/10 equals 15. Remember, this is like cross multiplication. Instead of dividing by 1.2, we multiply by 1.2. The 1.2's cancel. We're left with x equals 18. Take a quick second to check 18 divided by 1.2, or 1 2/10, and make sure it equals 15. At this point, you can check with your calculators. (5/6) equals 5/8. Now this is no different than when we've done integers, where now we have a fraction multiplied by x. What changes is that when we think about multiplying a fraction, the opposite of that would be dividing by a fraction, which we know has its own set of special rules. So what we really are doing is dividing by 5/6, which turns into multiplying by the reciprocal. If we multiply by 6/5, then 6/5 times 5/6 equals 1/1. So when you see a fraction being multiplied, just remember you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that turns into 1x. Using canceling methods, 5/8 and 6/5 equals 3/4. So if you're going to check your answer, take 5/6 times 3/4. You get 15/24. Divide both numerator and denominator by 3, and you get 5/8. Let's try one more of those. 3/8 times x equals 6/19. Dividing by 3/8 is the same as multiplying by 8/3. So 8/3 times 3/8 equals 1x. Then we can simplify from the 6 and the 3, take away a 3 with division. 2/19 times 8/1 is 16/19. That is simplified. Again, if you're going to check your answer, multiply that by 3/8. Make sure your Cornell notes are filled out. Review your notes, complete the summary before class, and come prepared to take a formative lesson quiz on how well you understood the material. Remember, for all of these solving equations, you have to show your work.